Collective, I've got your daily extended look coming up here in just a second. If you haven't seen that yet, be sure to head over to my minis and take a look at that, because I'm not going to go back through that reading again, but we will get clarification on everything out here. This is a doozy. This energy is no joke. The Venus retrograde, the lunar eclipse that we had last night, the full moon in Virgo, the recent Mars retrograde that we just came out of, back to back to the Venus retrograde with the Mercury retrograde in the pre-shadow phase. We're in the thick of it, kids. This is an emotional turmoil. The moon came out, and then we have 2 swords and 7 wands. In this particular deck, there are 2 people fighting, holding the swords. And on the 7 of wands, it's in conflict. This is the before. This is just before everything happens. So these 2 entities brought forth 2 different, completely different outlooks and caused confusion for this person. So they can't see, because this person is saying one thing, this person is saying another. This person in the middle has to make a decision based on these 2 different versions of an outcome, of a truth, of a version of a story. The 7 of wands has you in the middle going, full stop. Full stop. I don't know about any of this. This moon card says that there's some things that have come to light. By the way, my name's Cody. Welcome to my channel. For those of you who are brand new, I appreciate your curiosity. Welcome in. I'm your conscious soul reader. If you've come over from my other platforms, I appreciate your continued love and support. If you're already a YouTube subscriber, thank you so much. Be sure to hit that like button, notification bell. If you need to book a personal reading, that's going to be in the description box in the link tree on this video. So we've got to get some clarity. The Virgo energy has come out. The moon has come out, right? We had that full moon in Virgo. Energy is popping. We've got you guys emotionally pulling away. I say you guys because it's hit all of us. I'm just going to say this. It's hit all of us. This emotional turmoil, the need for you to remain nice and balanced, because everything that's going on all around you has you just kind of being forced to go with the flow. Resistance is futile in this case, because it's only going to cause more strife, more arguments, more diversion, more incorrect information, causing even more confusion with the inability to make a clearer decision because of all of the misinformation flying around, all of the extreme emotional investment here. There's 2 cards of introspection and 1 of there being this need for something to be made more clear. But the only way to make this moon show you the truth of what's being brought to light is by you pulling away, putting up your boundaries, and doing that deep introspective work while you get clarity, because everything needs to be done from an unemotional place. I've got the Ace of Wands, 3 of Cups, 10 of Cups, Emperor, Page of Cups, Ace of Swords. 2 aces on the board is an important partnership. 6 of Wands, 9 of Swords, 9 of Wands, right? This fear of the winner being celebrated, and then the battle-worn loser just being ready for whatever's coming next. I feel like this is giving this whole, there's got to be a winner and there's got to be a loser. The place that you actually want to put yourself is to liberate yourself from overthinking this too much. We do have the 2 of Cups, the 5 of Wands. I've got the most ethereal couple in the deck hanging out together here with the High Priestess and the Hierophant. There is a karmic wheel with that Wheel of Fortune sitting back here. And the Lovers is just behind it. No big deal. With that Queen of Swords and the 7 of Swords. So we've got some introspection that will help clarify many confusing things. But this is different for each individual, each situation. Each person is on their own journey and their own place in their healing, awakening, ascension. Haven't started yet. Just got started, halfway there, pretty well far along, whatever the case may be. But it just depends. All are different. These are collective readings. So I'm trying to be as clear as possible with as many of you as I can. So let's look here. Okay. Actually, these were here. Let's get clarification to get more information. And then we'll get an outcome with the after tarot. I think that'll be interesting to use the before tarot and then use the after tarot for the outcome and advice. All right. One more shuffle here. Tell me about the moon. Ready to talk. Oh boy. So before you make any decisions, because of something that has been brought to light or a revelation of a disappointment once again, this is you needing to not move so fast. I feel the urgency for you to do something, but a decision right now is not clear. So you should not move if you do not have a clear way forward. The only clear path forward is going to be for you to just calm yourself. Get control of your emotional state. Calm yourself. Put your boundaries up if you need to, but this is a time for you to seek information so that you can get clarity. You need clarity. You need information. You need insight. You need the sun to come out so that the moon will reveal what it's been hiding from you, okay? Let's look here. Two of Swords. Chariot in reverse. Could be dealing with a Cancer. We got Pisces and Virgo out here as well. We also ran out to Aries, Libra, and Capricorn was back here. Also having Taurus with the Hierophant and Gemini with the Lovers. I didn't say that yet, that the Seven of Swords, pick that up. The Devil's underneath it. So, okay. Oh, and here's the Lovers at the bottom of this deck. So we do have a lot of chaos right now. It feels like you have kind of gone off the tracks a little bit with this confusion. So the best thing for you to do is to wait until things calm down. Things need to calm down before you make any decisions whatsoever. Anything else? That's a lot. Just give me a couple, please. Just one or two. Just there. Thank you. Before you make any decision. The Fool card. The Fool card is inviting you to do stuff in a different direction than what's been done already. Do your decision making, do your conflict resolution, whatever the case may be. But this is about this brand new way of doing things. Also requesting for you to just have faith in the process. Don't really commit to having to make a decision right away. You don't need to commit to having any sort of decision right away. This is about you deciding whether or not you're ready. I've got the Six of Pentacles on the bottom. Tell me about the Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands, please. Another reversal. Page of Wands. It feels to me like there was some very petty, very childish behavior that you're needing to process and figure out. Maybe some things were said that were completely out of line. I've got the Four of Cups and the Two of Wands. So now you, again, need to decide. What's here? You need to decide. I've got 2, 3, and 4. 2, 3, and 4, because now the planning stages, whatever moves you make, this has to be with the understanding that it's pretty disappointing to the level of person you're dealing with. You're actually realizing that the person that you're dealing with, or you're dealing with a multitude of very childish, immature, and petty people. And so now you're simultaneously letting this reveal itself to you about whether or not this settles in or what to do from here. This Page of Wands reversing is showing the reasons why you're feeling a need to have to figure things out. Oh my gosh, Eight of Swords. So your own mind is going to be the worst place to try to make this decision. You're not going to be able to do this. This needs to be done through your higher power. You need to do this through angel numbers, through signs, through synchronization, through message, through divine message. You need to ask your spirit guides, your team, your guardians to send you as many clarifying pieces of information as possible. They're asking you to not move yet until you have this revelation. Speaking of not moving, tell me about the Hanged Man. Judgment card. Major decision. This is some sort of a new awakening, a new revelation. It's a big freaking deal. We've got the King of Cups again, came out sideways, right? So your emotions need to get more tempered, more balanced. You need to get those emotions in check before you do anything. I have a feeling here that some of you are trying to wait until you are more clear in your own emotional states. So you don't want your emotions to play tricks on you, okay? You don't want your emotions to trick you into making any sort of major decision here. You need to have total peace, total clarity, and look at this from all possible angles. Really honestly look at this, not from a place of emotions and investment and fear, but with honesty, like genuine, as a third party detached, like Queen of Wands, as a third party detached person. Pull yourself out of your situation. What kind of advice would you give you if you were going to someone and asking them about this situation? What kind of advice would you tell you, right? Look at this. Queen of Wands, Hanged Man, Eight of Cups. There's a definite decision that needs to be made here, but you need to not be in your emotions about it. It needs to be from a place of self. Five of Pentacles, sideways. Some of you were on the fence about asking for help. Some of you are on the fence about whether or not to walk away from something. It's a lot on your shoulders. We've got the Ten of Wands coming out here. It's a lot on your shoulders. Tell me about the Hermit. Tell me about this Hermit card, please. Ten of Pentacles. And the Five of Cups reversed. Take those emotions out of it. But I do see that a lot of you will find a lot of peace and security in isolation. Pulling away from everything is going to be the best move for you right now so that you can figure this out. Going into the crowd, going to the person, going into the situation again to get more information is going to only do you a disservice. This is only going to be a disservice. Here we've got the Emperor, Empress at the bottom of the deck. The most 3D divinely paired couple and the most ethereal divinely paired couple in both decks sitting together. We've got the Nine of Pentacles, the Tower, Five of Swords, Lovers, Five of Pentacles. That means, what that means is there's this amazing partnership on the line. So there's a lot to consider here. There's a lot to consider because of this partnership. Okay, tell me about the King of Cups. Seven of Swords. Knight of Cups. Give one more, please. And the World card sideways. Okay. So this is a decision, right? Are you closing this cycle or are you going to stay in the cycle? A lot of you are just strategizing to try to use your heart to help you make this decision without involving your emotions. Now, what do I mean by doing this? Then we all know that our brain helps us to either feel or to not feel for a certain situation. And they will say that there is pain that comes from memory, comes from thinking, you can trigger actual physical and emotional pain within. Your heart can as well. Your heart can actually feel pain and hurt. And so the strategy, your best bet here is going to be with the Seven of Swords. In order for you to have your best ability to make this decision, you need to see about trying to do as much as possible to follow your heart while not being emotionally overwhelmed in this. We've got the Eight of Cups right here. Tell me about this Eight of Cups, please. Three of Pentacles. King of Swords sideways. And the Nine of Cups. Four of Swords, Two of Swords, Two of Pentacles. Did I get all 4 twos out here? Decisions, decisions, decisions. This is the worst time to make this decision. You're going to need a little time for this one. You are. You're just going to need a little time so that you can figure things out. I feel like you're not quite able to provide any real clear choices right now. And again, with the emotional independence, this is guarding yourself, protecting yourself emotionally so that you can make sure that your emotional investment is protected. You have to make sure that your emotional investment is protected here. This is why you're choosing to not involve your emotions. I've got you making very practical and pragmatic decisions here based on how well everybody is going to be able to collaborate and work together to make this happen. Right now, there's been an extreme inability to come together and get everybody on the same page. But we've got you still being guided to make this decision within and then figure this out on the outside. I feel like a lot of you are absolutely not tolerating what's happened before. Whatever happened before, you are not tolerating it. There has been this executive decision here to raise your standards above the painful exchange that has happened previously. I feel like a lot of you are demanding that things be very, very different moving forward. You're willing to put in the patience here because you've been saying that this has been a solid connection, a solid partnership, and now you're needing to put things to the test. Now you're really needing to put it to the test. Are you going to be able to come together, reciprocally work through the issues together as a team to have conflict resolution and problem solve? Are you? Let's clean this up and we'll find out. All right, cool. Very good. Let's jump into an outcome. As promised, we'll get the After Tarot. Find out an outcome. What's an outcome for my collective, please? Advise an outcome. What's the outcome here? Temperance, patience, peace, harmony. Deep, deep calling for securing the foundation through this premise of optimism. And I feel like there is this desire for you to make sure that your foundation is set before you approach anything. This is you being very spiritually and emotionally balanced. We've moved into spirituality. We've taken you out of your mental balance and moved you into spiritual and emotional balance so that you can set up this outcome for a firmer foundation in which to approach this with your emotions intact. 10 of Cups and the Queen of Cups back here. Anything else? Anything else for the outcome? 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Cups. This looks like a Okay, Five of Pentacles. Nine of Swords. Okay. And the Eight of Cups again. Death card, Three of Wands, Nine of Cups, Empress, World card. I'm getting a lot of movement away. Unfortunately, there's a lot of movement away from this whole situation because it brings you more security and peace, and for you to be able to protect your emotions. I still have you protecting your emotions. Eight of Cups, Nine of Swords, Five of Pentacles. I feel like a lot of you are just choosing to calm yourself by trying to detach from a lot of this as much as you possibly can. I've got many of you deciding to possibly ask for help and ask for there to be an outside source to come in to help all of you. The Five of Pentacles is about asking for assistance. Some of you may ask your person to meet you halfway. And this is going to prove to be something that will reveal over time whether or not you and your partner are able to come together to resolve conflict, to resolve issues. So this is what you're going to need to do in order to peacefully come to a clear decision on this. I do see a lot of you still focusing on self, still putting yourself above all else, okay? A self above all else. I have the World card and the Hermit. This is some big cycles that we need clear resolution on. I feel like a lot of you are choosing to calm yourself because of a lot of this toxic behavior, the toxic words, maybe abusive words, maybe somebody was extremely harsh, maybe there were some very dark revelations that came to light, and now you're trying to operate from a place of calm and overall hope. There's overall hope here that you can actually reboot and start over again. Many of you are in hopes. You're unclear, but you hope. Okay. There's not clarity here, but you hope. This all depends. This will depend. This depends on you being able to go within whenever things get tough and be able to figure out what the feeling is and where it's coming from, and not send it outside of you to get your answers, but to go within versus going outside. And your person will have to do the same. This is not about seeking answers externally. This is about going within and really looking at this from within. Many of you may decide actually to just go ahead and walk away from this, deciding that it's just run its course and the cycle will ultimately end up needing to close. There's 50% of you that will decide to put that effort in and let time reveal whether or not you are able to reboot and move on from whatever toxic bullcrap has gone on here. Whatever deep, dark secrets have come to light, whatever this extremely uncomfortable revelation was, time will tell. Others of you have decided to move on because of it, okay? It just depends on you, depends on the situation, depends on the level of toxicity that you're dealing with. Okay. Everything always depends. This is a major partnership, though. This is a major partnership, and I don't see any of you taking this lightly on what to decide and how to decide it. We've got the Six of Cups, the Ace of Swords, Queen of Pentacles. I have you going to the past. I have you looking to the future. I have you in the moment. I have you reprocessing things that have been going on and how do they all relate to one another. So there's a lot of dissecting, a lot of uncovering that needs to happen. And then we're ending on the Seven of Wands. Once again, the clarity you really need in order to present what you have to say in a more sound way, in a more just way that is able to be processed a little bit more clearly and received better. Okay. All right, let's clean this up and get some oracle to close out your reading. This has been a long one. This is going to be a little bit longer than what I've been doing, and it's because it's tough. This is a tough reading. It's that was some tough energy last night. It's still continuing. We're still in that energy right now. Venus retrograde is going to be going on until April. Mercury hasn't even happened yet, but we are in the pre-shadows. And we will have another solar eclipse. We'll have a solar eclipse coming up soon as well. So, yay. Let's get some oracle. Let's do the beach time. He's so loud. Anything else I can tell my collective? Ooh. We got kisses coming out. It's unconditionally loving. Unconditionally loving. I've got addiction that came out in the reverse. Could be a codependent relationship, and we've got a lot of heartbreak here. Major pain, major separation between the both of you. I feel like... Is this a cycle that y'all do? Are y'all addicted to hurting one another? Is this thing that keeps recurring? It keeps coming up? This is a cycle of this painful way that y'all speak to one another. We've got girl talk coming out. I almost feel like this is, yeah, love call, girl talk. I feel like a lot of you speak very poorly to one another. Let's see what else. Got girl with a snake. Being charmed, your boundaries are being extremely tested. And then we've got the Phoenix coming out here. This is about this new phase, some major change happening. We've got photograph and passion. Many of you are missing how good things used to be. A lot of you are remembering back to how passionate things used to be and wondering how you got to where you are now. We've got hammer coming out. There could be sabotage happening. And then we've got not today coming out again. So there's a lot of anger here. There's a lot of anger. There's a lot of pain. I feel like as far as getting in there right now and working thing out, I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen right away. I feel like a lot of you may set a date later to try and talk about things, but this, I feel like if you move too quickly, it's just going to go very one-sided once again. I feel like a lot of you are deeply desiring to come together to try to work this out, but I feel like it's just going to be one-sided right now. You need to give this time and allow for clarity to happen. We've got coffee cup, cassette, palm tree. Let things get more clear. Let things get more solid. We've got not enough and camera. So somebody has not done enough of their healing work. There are some major childhood trauma issues or some past issues that are still coming up to this day. And it's still causing a problem in your present situations, your current life. These will not go away. They will continue to come up. You can change your person, you can change your place, you can change your clothes, you can change your appearance, you can change everything. But the core of the issue will remain, and it will keep coming up in a different form every single place you go until you go to the root of the cause and work the problem. Geography is just geography. Energy is just energy. It's still going to come back to you the same way you project it out. And there will be things that will eventually trigger those inner child wounds and bring it to the surface. And then you'll get to play. How are you playing with your inner child? Is it rude and petty and petulant? Or are you able to come to the table and actually conflict resolve and work through these issues like adults. I hope this helped. I hope it resonated. I'm going to go ahead and end it here. Check my bio if you would like to book a personal reading. Everything's going to be there in the description box in the link tree, taking you to my website, where you'll also notice I'm booking mentorships as well. If you would scroll all the way to the bottom of that link tree, you'll see all the other platforms where I'm going live, posting content. You recognize any of those? Please go ahead and give me a follow. Make sure you don't miss me. I have a regular schedule now, so you know when to find me and where. And until next time, I'm wishing you all the health, wealth, and abundance you can stand. Y'all be sure to meditate. Try to do a spiritual bath, get outside into nature. Take your time, sit with your guides, and love on yourself. Love on yourself, because you're so worth it. All right.